So this is the project which we are going to do today. So when I click the green flag, so there's a petal I have drawn. So it says I am a petal, press F or R. So I'm going to press F key, and each time I press the F key, you see that there are different types of flowers, different patterns of flowers which appear on the screen like this. See, I'm pressing the F key every time for a flower to appear. Now I'm going to use the second option, which is press R, and you'll see that this one single time when I press R, the screen gets completely filled with flowers. Okay, like this, repeating pattern. Okay, so this is the project which we are going to do today. I'm going to stop now and just directly take you on how to create this using functions. So what I've done here now is opened a new project, named it Colorful Flowers, and I've shared the project. Now the first thing which I will do in this project is to draw a new sprite. So I go here, I choose paint, I go into the costumes of the sprite. So I'm going to go and draw a petal here, and I'm going to draw three costumes for it, three different petals. I'm going to draw only one petal. Observe, I'm not drawing the full this one. I'm only drawing one petal. So I'm just going to go draw a ellipse like this. Okay, and once I've drawn it, I'm going to select the ellipse. I'm going to remove the outline. I don't need the outline. Okay, and I'm going to again select tool, come back, select it, and put it in such a way that one corner of it slightly touches the center. Okay, so it should be like this, something like this, touching slightly the center. Then you can choose any color that you like. I like purple, so I'm just going to leave it at purple. Now I'm going to draw another costume. I can just duplicate this costume. I'm going to delete this petal. I'm just going to draw a line like this. Okay, select the line. Now make it thicker, something like this, and then I'm going to change the color of the line as well. So probably a red color. Okay, so like this. This is going to give you a different type of petal. You can draw anything you like. Okay, so I'm doing the third costume. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to delete this line, and now I'm going to draw something like, okay, I'll take an ellipse. I'll draw an ellipse now. Okay, you can fill the ellipse with the same color that you have for the outline. So just fill the ellipse with red color like this, and now you can use the reshape tool to reshape the petal slightly. Okay, so make it something like this. You can see your changes here. So this looks like a decent enough petal. So yeah, so this is what it's going to be. You can just slightly, so that doesn't too much touch in the center, so something like this. It looks like this here. Okay, so three costumes, and you can change the size of the flower if you want, if you feel it's too big later. Okay, so now I'm going to create a program which will give me repeated flower patterns, so with these three costumes that I have. Okay, so first I'm going to go and say when green flag clicked in an event, and then I need to say first you need to show the petal. Okay, so you saw that the petal came and told a few things, so you need to show the petal because later we are going to hide it, so then it won't be appearing in the beginning. I want it to go to the middle, so I'm just going to say go to 0 0, center of screen. Okay, then I'm going to erase everything. I'm going to bring the pen extension, and I'm going to say erase all, and then I'm going to make the petal say hello, I'm a petal, I'm a petal, and then press F or R to see the magic. Okay, input this for 3 seconds so people get time to see it. After this, I'm going to hide the original petal. I don't want it to be seen on the screen and block the view, so I'm just going to hide this. After this, now I'm going to create a function to draw a flower. Okay, and in this function, I can as well make the size of the flower slightly smaller. Yeah, this is okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to find a flower now. So I'm going to go to make a block. Okay, so we are going to call this block as draw flower. Okay, and see carefully, I'm going to add the first input of the flower, which is where I'm going to control the color of the flower. Okay, last time we did only size. This time I'm even going to control the color. Now I'm going to add one other input. Okay, one more, second one, and this is going to control the size of the flower. Okay, the size. And the third one, I'm going to control the number of petals I want to have in my flower. So you see, instead of just one, now we are adding three inputs. Color, size, and petals of this flower can be controlled. Okay, so I'm going to say okay. Right, so now you see this, I get a defined flower with these three patterns. So I'm going to now, I need to control the color. So I'm going to tell here, go to looks, bring the set color to. Okay, and instead of giving a number here itself directly, I'm going to bring this block here, color. Okay, so what this is going to do, whatever color number which we are setting, that is what is going to be the color of this flower. So if we set a random color, this flower is going to come in different colors. Now second thing I want to set is the size. So same here, set size to. Instead of giving a constant number here, I'm going to bring this one here and put set size to. Okay, and the third one, number of petals, is basically the number of times which we are going to repeat this. Okay, we are going to use a new tool here. It's called the stamp tool. Okay, inside pen, it's called the stamp tool. So using the stamp tool, I'm going to stamp similar looking petals all around. Okay, so the number of petals is basically how many times we are stamping. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to go to controls, bring a repeat block. This is just like the number of sides. Instead of using more, I'm going to use stamp. Okay, and how many times do I repeat? I repeat the number of petals I need, so many times I'm going to repeat. And what I'm going to repeat is, I'm going to go to pen, I'm going to bring a stamp, this one. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the petals so many number of times, and I'm going to turn. Okay, so just like how you draw a circle and you turn, what you're going to do is you're going to bring an operator. You have to turn basically. First of all, I'm going to say turn right. Okay, and how many times do I need to turn? Okay, I need to turn. So I go to operators, I bring a division block. Okay, and I need to turn 360, which is a complete circle. Okay, divided by the petals. So how many ever number of petals I want, so many turns. So this is going to, value which you give will be the same here and here. Okay, so many number of petals. So now what will happen is, I've defined my function. Now I need to use my function. Okay, so this function is going to draw a flower. See, I'll show you. That is not drawing because I have not set the value for each of these. Okay, so now let's go and first use it, and then we will try to make the function, use the function. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to first say F key is pressed, isn't it? So I'm going to go to events, I'm going to say when F key is pressed. Space. Instead of space, I'm going to choose here F. Okay, what should happen? First of all, once the F key is pressed, I want to show this. Okay, so we have hidden it here. If you remember, we have hidden it here. So what I want to do is I want to go to looks. I will show this. Okay, so I'll start seeing the flower. Then I want it to go to any random position. So I go to motion. Okay, and then I say go to random position. Okay, and then I have three costumes. Okay, so each time I wanted to pick a different costume. So I'm going to say switch costume 2. Okay, which is in looks. I'm going to say switch costume 2, and instead of putting here costume 3, I'm going to operators. I'm going to say pick a random costume from 1 to 3. Why? Because we have three different costumes for the flowers and I want the costumes to come in random order. So I can put pick costume from 1 to 3. Okay. And then I want to draw a flower. Okay. So I'm going to bring this define block here. I'm going to use it here. So I go to my blocks, draw a flower. Okay. Now you see I have three holes here. Now as you know, the first is to set the color. Okay. So I'm just first going to show you by setting one color. So I'm going to say color number 10, and size of the flower I'm going to set it to one size. So I'm going to say 30, and the third one, which is the number of petals, I'm going to say 5. Okay. Now when I click the green flag, it's going to talk, hello, I'm a petal, press F. So if I press F, okay, so you see this, I got one more F, different one more F, different one more F, different one, and now with a different color, one more F. Why is the different color coming? It's because one of the costumes I've drawn in purple, the other costumes are in red. So that's why like this. Okay, now what happens is this flower doesn't have anything in the center. It's a single flower, correct? So what I can do is I can very simply put random numbers here. Okay, so this is now becoming randomized only because of the costumes. You want to randomize it further, what you can do is instead of putting constant numbers here for the colors, you can pick random numbers for the colors. Okay, so how am I going to do that? I'm going to say draw a flower, and for the colors I'm going to pick a random number. Okay, anywhere from 1 to 199. Okay, for the color, and for the size, okay, I don't want it to become way too big, so again I'm going to pick a random number for the size of the flower, and this can be anywhere from 10 to say 50. Okay, so neither too small nor too big. And then the last one, which is the number of petals. Okay, this I can always experiment, so I will again pick a random number and I'm going to put it from say 3 petals to anywhere till 10 petals. You can even increase the number, you can even put 20 petals. Okay, it's up to you. So let's put 20 petals. Okay, now let's run this program. Okay, wow. Okay, you see this, this is coming like a round because I put 20. If you decrease the number here, okay, for this green one, it will not look like a circle. Okay, so 20 is too much, so I'm going to reduce the number. Probably I would just like to keep it at 10 so that it looks like a flower. See? Each time a different number, different petals. It's choosing different costumes also, so that's the reason you're seeing different types of flowers. But for this I'm keeping on pressing the F key. Now what I'm going to do is, see, this doesn't have anything in the center, so if you want to draw anything in the center, a flower which will have different patterns, what you can do is you can draw a smaller flower inside without moving to any other position. Just draw a smaller flower inside this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this, pull down here. Now these both have same value, so exact same flower is going to happen two times at the same place. So instead of this, I'm going to change. Okay, so here I'm going to give a color between 100 to 199, and here I'm going to give a color of 1 to 99. Okay, now the second one, I need to have a bigger flower outside and then a smaller flower inside. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to say here I'm going to pick a bigger size of the petal. Okay, so I'm going to say 50 to 80 to be the size of the petal, and here I'm going to say 10 to 40, 10 to 40. Okay, that could be the smaller size of the petal, or I could make it just 10 to 25 so that it's coming in the center. And then here I can say, so the center I want to look at it more like a circle. So I'm going to say here anywhere from 11 to 20 petals for the smaller one, and for the bigger one it's going to be 3 to 10 petals. Okay, so inside you will get something which looks more closer to a circle pattern. So now I'm going to try this. Okay, going to put an F. Okay, you see this? So first the blue one comes, which is this line. Okay, then this one comes. So now I'm going to press another F. Wow. Okay. See this? Okay. So this is how it is when you press the F key. You get different patterns of flowers. Now I just want to keep on giving them 100 flowers. Okay. If they press the R key. Okay. If they press the R key, I want like 100 flowers to come. So I'm just going to say very easy. When R key is pressed, where is R? Yes. When R key is pressed, I want to first erase everything. Okay. And what I want to do is first I want to show it because you have hidden it in the beginning. If somebody comes and press the R key directly, they will not see it. So I need to put a show button, and then I need to now put a repeat loop. The same function I'm going to use, but this time I'm going to, instead of just one press every single time, I'm going to go use a repeat loop of 100. Then I'm going to put the same blocks here. Okay, come random position, switch to pick random. Okay, now if you want to put this one, you can draw like this, or if you want just one, you remove this line. Okay, so now you're going to have something like this, and all of them are going to fill your screen with colorful flowers. If you feel that the first this one is too big, way too big, you want to make it small, just play with these numbers. So you can just put, if you want smaller flowers, you can put this as 20 to 50, and this one you can make it even more smaller, so you can put say 5 to 15 or something like that, and then now try. Okay, so if I put R, get flowers slightly smaller. Okay, if you feel that this one with the sticks is a little too big, you can reduce the size of it in the costumes slightly. Okay, yeah, so now you have a beautiful flower bouquet to showcase. Okay, so I think now you understood how to use the stamp tool to repeatedly stamp different patterns and use them in functions. Thank you.